and welcome back to our fifth session on this Planet AR application. Now in this Planet AR application, we have already created one link and we have learned how to navigate from one scene to another. We have implemented this logic and it was working fine with Mercury, and now we have to implement the same logic to all the other 7 planets, and that is what we are going to do it in this session. But before that, from our last session, if you see here, we have one mistake in these buttons. That is, what has happened is, see, this Mercury and Venus button have the same image, that is both are attached with the same image. This one, let us make the change, because both are showing it as Buddha Graha, means Buddha in Kannada. For Mercury, Buddha in Kannada, we call Mercury planet as Buddha Graha. So we have the same one on both the sides. So we have to rectify this. So I will come to Venus button here. See, the problem is Venus button is attached with the source image of Mercury button. That's why you are getting this error. I will click here, and for this I am going to attach the Venus button. So Venus in Kannada we call it as Shukra Graha. So now this is fine. This was one error we had it when we done it in the last session. Now I will go to File, choose Save, and now let us start our implementation of these buttons for all other planets. So first thing is I have to create the scenes. So I will come to Scenes, I will select the Mercury scene, press Ctrl D to duplicate it, press F2, and now I am going to call this scene as Venus, and I will double click to open it. Now in this Venus scene, I will come here, select Mercury, right click, and I am going to rename this as Venus. Then come to Materials, you have Mercury material here already there, press Ctrl D, press F2 and name this as Venus material. And for this Venus material, click on this albedo here and select the Venus material. So after you select the Venus material, now drag this Venus material and apply to Venus. Okay. Now go to File and choose Save. Now come back to Scenes, double click Home Screen to open it, and open UL Canvas, and in Button Handler we are going to select this Venus button. And in this Venus button, now I will select the Venus component here, and for this Venus component I will click Add Component and I am going to add the button. So once I have added the button, in highlighted color I am going to click here and change the color to light green like this. Then scroll down, and on click event I will click plus here. Then I will drag this button handler and attach this as the object. And for button handler, if you click on function, you have our screen controller script attached, and in that we have written a custom method or function called SwitchScene. I am going to use this, and here I am going to type the name Venus with no spelling mistake. See, I have typed this Venus name over here. Now go to File and choose Save. Now come back to Build Setting, go to Build Setting, drag this Venus scene over here, and now close this, go to File, choose Save, run the game, and now let us test how it is working. Now if I test on Venus, I am seeing the Venus, click the back button. If I click on Mercury, I am seeing the Mercury. So these two buttons are working fine. I will stop it. So let us apply the same logic one by one faster. So I will come to Scenes, select this Venus now, press Ctrl D, press F2, name this now as, give it the name as Earth, double click to open this Earth, select this Venus planet or the sphere, right click, rename this now as Earth. Now come back to Materials, select this Venus material, Ctrl D, duplicate it, press F2 and name this as Earth material. And for this Earth material selected, come to albedo here and select the Earth material from this list. Then drag this Earth and attach to our Earth. So this scene is now ready. Now come back to Scene, Home Screen. If it asks you to save the scene, click Save here. Remember to save the scene every time you make a modification. Now I open the home screen, I will come to UL Canvas, and in Button Handler I am now going to select the Earth button here, Earth button, and for this I am going to add the component button, and in highlighted color I am going to set its color to light green. Scroll down, add OnClick event, drag this button handler over here, and in this button handler we have attached the script screen controller. Come to screen controller, choose switch scene, and here I am now going to type Earth because I now want it to change to Earth scene. Now come back to file, build setting. Now drag this Earth scene to our build scene, close this, go to file, choose save. Now execute the game and check now. Come to Earth, click on it, it is showing Earth, click on back, it is going back. So I will stop the playback. So the implementation of this button for Earth is now done. Okay, now the next thing is, again I will select Earth, press Ctrl D to duplicate it, press F2, and I am now going to name it as Mars with M capital. Double click to open it. So every time I forget to save this, click on save here to save the scene, and now open the Mars scene, and in the Mars scene now open this Earth object, right click, rename this as Mars, and then come to material, choose this Earth material, press Ctrl D, press F2, call this as Mars material, and for this Mars material click on this albedo, choose the Mars material, drag this Mars material and apply to Mars here, and after this now this come to file and choose save. Now come back to scenes, home screen, open this UI canvas, open button handler, select the Mars button now, come here, add component button, on highlighted color choose a green color, then roll down, in click add a click event, drag this button handler and attach it here, and for the button handler we have attached the script screen controller, choose switch scene, and here write the screen name, that is scene name, that is Mars. Now go to file, go to build setting, drag this Mars over here, close this, go to file, choose save, execute the game and check it now whether the Mars is running. I will click on Mars, I am coming to Mars, I will go back. So these 4 buttons are now working fine. So I will stop the playback. Now come back here to scenes, to Earth scene, press Ctrl D to duplicate, press F2, and after Mars the next thing we are going to build is Jupiter. I will name it as Jupiter, and now double click Jupiter to open it, click on this Earth, right click, choose rename, and I am going to call this as Jupiter. Now come back to material, select Earth material, press Ctrl D to duplicate, press F2, name this as Jupiter material, and for this Jupiter material come to albedo here, choose the Jupiter material, it is here, drag this Jupiter material and apply it to Jupiter. So this job is done. Now go to file, choose save, come back to scenes, open home screen, open UI canvas, button handler, select the Jupiter button, and for the Jupiter button add the component button, then in highlighted color choose a green color, then roll down and click, add a click event, clicking here plus, then drag this button handler and attach it here, and in function in your script add switch scene and put the name here as Jupiter. I will name it as Jupiter. Now go to file and choose save. Now next come back to Earth, press Ctrl D, press F2. After Jupiter the next I am going to take is, I will go to Uranus. I am not taking up this that is Saturn, because Saturn we are going to change the model, and that I am going to do it in the last. So let us continue with Uranus. I will double click Uranus to open it, I will select Earth, right click, rename this as Uranus, and come to materials, select Earth material, press Ctrl D, press F2, rename this as Uranus material, and for this Uranus material, come here in albedo, you choose the color, that is Uranus texture, drag this Uranus material to Uranus here. Now go to file, save this scene. Now come back to scenes, home screen, open your UL screen, button handler, and we had completed added Jupiter button successfully. And then now I will select Uranus button, I will add the component button here. For highlighted color, I will choose a green color, scroll down, add a click event here and drag this button handler here, and in the function list in screen controller choose switch scene and name here as Uranus. Okay. Now go to file, choose save, and finally I will come here again, select R, press Ctrl D, press F2, and I am now going to call this as Neptune. So this is the Neptune scene. Double click Neptune scene to open it. I will select Earth, right click, rename, and I am going to call this now as Neptune. Come to material, select Earth material, press Ctrl D, press F2, call this as Neptune material, and for this Neptune material in albedo, click here. I am going to now add the Neptune material here and then drag this Neptune material and apply it to Neptune. Go to file, choose save, come to scenes, double click to open home screen. Now open UI canvas, button handler, select this Neptune button now, add component, choose button, in highlighted color add a green color, then roll down, add a click event, drag this button handler over here, and in function come to scene controller, use switch scene and give here the name as Neptune, and then go to file and choose save. Okay. Now go to file, build setting. After Mars, let us add the Jupiter scene. We then added the Uranus scene and we added then the Neptune scene. So all the three scenes I have added it, and then close this. Now go to file, choose save, and now run the game and check it. So let us check once. So if I click on Mercury, I come to Mercury scene, go back, Venus working, go back, Earth working, go back, Mars it is working, go back, Jupiter working, go back, leave Saturn, Saturn we have not added, Uranus working, go back, Neptune working, let us go back. So now I will stop the playback. Now only thing now left is to add this Saturn model. Now with this let us complete this session. So we have implemented this concept for 7 planets, and only for Saturn we have to change the model. Changing the model of Saturn and then finally publishing this as a game will be our last session, which will be doing it in our next session. Thank you.